Okay, welcome back to really tired newscasting. Alright, breaking news. There's a plane carrying 81 people, including soccer team, there was an accident in Colombia. The plane carrying 72 passengers and 9 crew members were involved in an accident near Rio Negro, Colombia, according to the country's civil aviation department. The plane declared an emergency between Venezuela of LA Sija and La Union. According to a statement from the Colombian aviation officials, there could be 6 possible survivors. The statement said the officials didn't specify what happened to the plane, but did say that the wounded were being transported to assistance centers. The mayor of nearby Medellin said on Twitter that he is on his way to the accident site. Satellite images show that scattering showers and thunderstorms have been present in the region over the last 12 hours, though no big weather markers. According to CNN meteorologist Michael Guy, there's likely would have been turbulence in the region due to intermittent thunderstorms and winds from around the mountains in the region, Guy says. Statement from nearby Jose Maria Cordova Airport says that the accident site can only be accessed by land because of weather conditions. The Colombian Air Force had to abort a mission to the accident site due to inclement weather, according to Colombia officials. The aviation department statement said that the passengers belonged to the Brazilian soccer club called... I'm not going to do the name because I'm going to mess it up. So that is something that's happening our time right now. Oh, another breaking news that I'm just getting is... Korean president states that, quote, "I'll resign if that's what Parliament wants." Meaning, South Korean embattled president has put her fate in hands of the country's parliament. President Park Geun-hye said Tuesday she will allow the National Assembly to decide the duration of her remaining term in office and will resign if that is what they decide. I will, quote, "I will relegate the decision of National Assembly, including the shortening of my presidential term and resignations," she said. "If the National Assembly sets a path for stable transition of power, I will resign from the presidency and lessen the confusion as much as possible. I hope that nation will find stability." She made the statement in televised address to the nation after several weeks of protests by hundreds of thousands of people calling for her resignation. Prosecutors have said that they want to speak to Park after naming her as a suspect in a corruption probe involving her closet confidante and other aides. This is pretty big stuff. Pretty big. I'm not gonna make it any statements right now. New statement from Donald Trump. Trump to name Obama critic as health secretary. President-elect Donald Trump has selected Georgia Representative Tom Price, an ardent critic of Obamacare, to head the Department of Health and Human Services, according to an official briefed on the decision. The official announcement will likely come Tuesday. One of Price's top priorities as health secretary will be to dismantle the sweeping health reform law that has two predecessors spent 6 years implementing. Another story that is coming out is that Donald Trump falsely claims that popular vote win. Trump falsely claims millions of people who voted illegally cost him popular vote. Oh, that's a lot different from how I read it. President-elect Donald Trump alleged Sunday without evidence that millions of people voted illegally for Hillary Clinton and otherwise he would have won the popular vote. It's an unprecedented allegation by the president-elect. Trump won the Electoral College, thus the White House, but the Democratic nominee leads him in the popular vote by about 2 million ballots. In addition to winning the Electoral College in a landslide, I won the popular vote if you deduct the millions of people who voted illegally, Trump tweeted. It would have been much easier for me to win the so-called popular vote than the Electoral College, in that I would have only campaigned in 3 or 4 states instead of 15 states that I visited. I would have won even more easily and confidently, but smaller states are forgotten, he added. Now, this is pretty big stuff because this is the president state. This is going to be our next president. He's stating that because of the fact that people didn't vote for him, that the reason for that was because they were voting illegally, which that's not the smartest move, but you know what? That's not the worst thing that he's done. So, we'll move on to our last and final approach is the up-and-coming voter fraud that Donald Trump's that Jill Stein has been funding. His response to that is that officials blast Trump vote fraud claims GOP wants to move on. Election officials, leading Democrats, and even a prominent Republican blasted President-elect Donald Trump after he spread allegations of voter fraud and targeted a trio of states with his false claims. These false claims was that it was inaccurate that California, Virginia, and New Hampshire were indeed, were in voter fraud. This comes from a tweet, another one of Donald Trump's late night tweets. Seriously, serious voter fraud in Virginia, New Hampshire, and California. So why isn't the media reporting on this? Serious bias. Big problem. Well, okay, this is... I feel like that if you're going to be the president, you need to, bring people together, and the media is some of the people, so maybe don't go after us. Don't go after the people. Even if you don't like them, but that's just me, and it's up to you how you feel. So, I'm gonna go back to bed. Thanks for this talk and exhausting time. Oh, God, well, back to you. I'm going back to bed. Good night.